More than 76 million Americans have voted already. That's almost half of those expected to. Our CBS News polling updated overnight shows what we have known for some time. The contests in the 7 battleground states are all essentially tied as they're within the margin of error. We have reporters in all 7 states, and we'll hear from 4 of them today, starting with our Caitlin Huey-Burns, who is in Greensboro, North Carolina. Caitlin?
Margaret, former President Donald Trump campaigned here in Greensboro.
So that period we've all been waiting for is finally here. Tomorrow, 5th of November, is going to be the final election day for the 2024 election. And before the end of this week, we are going to know who is going to be the next president of the United States of America. Interesting, right? Like, a lot of people are so eager. A lot of people have got a lot of things to say, especially the fact that a black female is one of the candidates of this year's election. So we are going to be looking at various people's reaction to this, and also I'll be giving my own personal reaction to this very election. Hello guys, if you're new to the space, welcome to the channel. Kindly subscribe, like the video, share, and also leave your comments. So without wasting much of your time, let's dive into the video.
Actually, I don't think I'm going to vote for any president that supports genocide.
Can I ask you to introduce yourself?
Hey, my name is Moose. I'm from New York.
Obviously, we're talking just a couple of days out from the US elections. How do you feel about them? Do you have a candidate that you're endorsing, that you're voting for?
Actually, I don't think I'm going to vote for any president that supports genocide. So currently, I don't think I'm going to vote. I think actually there's one. Is it Jill Stein? Mm-hmm. Jill Stein? I think she's kind of
with the Green Party?
I have no clue. I'm not really into politics that much, but I just know none of them support my people back in Palestine, so I won't be supporting them.
So tell me about that. Tell me about why you have decided not to vote for these candidates.
It's kind of self-explanatory. It's all over the internet. I mean, even the blind can see it, just what's going on in Palestine. It's like, at this point, it just became so normal and it's so sad. And may Allah grant them victory, but it's just kind of self-explanatory. I don't want to support someone that doesn't support my people back home in Palestine, and it's always free Palestine, man. So I won't be voting this year.
What, in an ideal world, what would you like the President of the United States to do about what's happening in Palestine?
Simple. Stop funding Israel. That's just like that. Stop funding Israel.
Yeah.
Because what they're doing is terrible, and anybody can see that. And if you can't see that, then you're just being ignorant, straight up like that.
So you're Palestinian?
Yeah, I'm Palestinian myself. I'm from Nablus.
Yeah.
Home of the kanafa. Come check out Chocolate Factory.
The best kanafa in the world.
The best kanafa in the world.
So Kamala's 100% going to win this election come Tuesday night. Like, she is about to completely obliterate this man in the polls. It's not even funny. And people are still trying to be like, well, what if Trump win? What if Trump win? Bro, it's not even chanceable at this point. There is no what if. That shit's not happening. So because she's gonna win, and the fact that I've been wanting to get this out, I just want to say, unlike some of you, I never doubted her. Y'all pissed me the fuck off when y'all got on this app among other apps when Kamala first joined the race, and y'all fixed y'all mouths to be like, oh, she's a black woman. She's a black woman. This is gonna go this way and that way. Like, huh? Are there bigger challenges to be faced because she's a black woman? Abso-fucking-lutely. But that shit was literally just internalized misogyny that y'all fucking displays and spoke out of y'all fucking mouths to say that, oh, Trump's definitely gonna win now. He's definitely gonna win now. And now you say motherfuckers are sitting here and be like, oh, Kamala, she got it. Like, she's gonna win. It's done. Trump, whatever. Like, now everybody's trying to act like they was cool with it. Y'all niggas wasn't even cool with it. I'm saying, though, like, stand on what the fuck y'all said. Okay, cool. Get y'all asses in the polls to vote for Kamala any fucking way. I already know how it's gonna go. And we already know how it's gonna go. And I'm just glad I did the manifesting instead of being like, yeah, we fucked now. Like, that shit was so weird to me. Like, I don't know why people don't talk about that enough. Like, that was weird. But anyways, y'all go vote, because I already did. So make sure y'all do it too. Fuck.
Here's a quick Canadian perspective on the US election. So you Americans are very busy right now getting ready to elect your new leader. Very exciting, exciting times, hopefully. And you might be wondering, what do other countries think about this? This is a Canadian perspective. First of all, it's crazy that you guys have had your prospective candidates' lives threatened. Like, that's insane. I don't know if Canada has ever had something like that, so that's just like another level. The adverts and like the attack ads, that's crazy. We don't do that in Canada that much. I know there's some of it, but not a whole lot. Next, we don't really like pose like, oh, if this person gets in, it's the end of democracy. But you guys seem to really vibe with that. And I don't know if it's true or not, but it's just kind of crazy. Finally, as a Canadian, I just really want everyone to vote. I don't care who you're voting for. I just think everyone should have their say.
And that's true. I totally agree with this guy's point, because whenever I'm watching a video on YouTube and an ad pops up that has to do with election, some of those ads are so personal, like those attack ads, they are so personal. And I'm asking myself, is it not just this election? Election day is going to come. The people are going to make their choice. The president comes in, life goes on, everybody goes back to their daily activities. And I'm like, I don't think these attacks are actually necessary. Anyway, this is an election. Anybody's going to do anything possible to put down their opponents.
These voter suppression tactics are actually happening. And I feel dumb for being like, oh my God, I didn't think it could happen to me. And now it's happening to me and I am just shocked. And it's insane that this is all happening this election cycle. This is the cycle that could result in a ban on reproductive choice. And as the election draws closer, I'm trying to imagine what this could look like. And it just feels horrible because ever since Kamala stepped up, we've been chanting, we're not going back, we're not going back. However, sheesh, we could be going back. This guy just spoke at Madison Square Gardens a few days ago. Things could get pessimistic. He could take this. As time moves forward, things are supposed to change. Regression is never a good thing. But this guy and his friends frame it as a good thing. Make America great again. What does great mean? For who? It's all backwards and upside down. And he only views going back or making things great again as a good thing because it benefits him. This guy has court dates coming up. He is chiefly concerned with avoiding jail. How are you running for a position called Commander-in-Chief, but you are chiefly concerned about yourself? Holy shit. This is not commander-in-chiefly of him. Our rights to bodily autonomy should not be up to some guy whose current main priority is staying out of jail. It should be up to someone who wants to serve the people. And despite voter suppression tactics, we, the people, are making it clear who we want. I've spoken about this petition once, I'm speaking about it again. Go here or here to sign. Let your friends know and stick to your voting plan. My voting plan has changed thanks to my mail-in ballot being delayed with no explanation. So I'll be flying back to Atlanta to cast my vote. And I will sign this petition. It is a team effort, y'all. Let's use the collective power that we still have to get across this finish line, because things can actually change like night and day. It seems now.
Want to know how I know Kamala is going to win this thing? Donald Trump is already making up election lies. He sent out a series of tweets or truths or whatever the hell they are, whichever platform he's using, already like casting doubt about the election results in Pennsylvania. And this is probably partially, in fact, because he at his rally, all those awful things were said about Puerto Rico, and people of Puerto Rican descent are coming out in droves for Kamala Harris. If Donald Trump thought he was winning, there would be no reason for him to be making up lies about an election that he thought he had in the bag, because he wouldn't want there to be any doubt about the results. That Trump rally changed the trajectory of the election. People are waking up to the horrific things that he and his supporters are saying about people of color, women, all of these things, and it's just showing. And he's scared, and now they're probably seeing early vote returns that are not in their favor. Way too many women are voting. It's scaring them, and so he's making up lies. He's setting the stage for screaming about voter fraud after the election. We just need to ignore him. These are all good signs for Kamala Harris. We just got to get that vote out.
Yeah, she's been extremely successful. Open borders, high inflation, interest rates. If you want more of that, then vote for her tomorrow. But Donald Trump, right here, and we will let America decide tomorrow.
The 2024 election is finally almost over, but it may be a while before we know who the 47th president of the United States will actually be. Here's why. A lot of people are expected to vote in this election both in person and by mail. And lots of votes means lots of counting. Early in-person voting has already begun in some states like Georgia, which keeps breaking its own turnout records. And between now and November 5th, all but 3 states will have opened their polls to any voter who wants to submit their ballot early. A majority of states also allow any registered voter to vote by mail, which has become an increasingly popular option over the last few elections. Now, you might think that early voting means we get a head start on counting. But in some states, including Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, North Carolina, and Wisconsin, where Harris and Trump are polling within the margin of error, election workers aren't allowed to start tallying mail-in ballots until Election Day. But even in states that allow early votes to be counted early, there's a good chance it won't be totally done by the time in-person voting begins. New laws in some states require extra verification and opportunities for voters to correct or cure mistakes on ballots, which can also add a lot of time to the processing. Then, of course, they'll have to get through all the votes from people who show up on Election Day. All of this takes time, which is okay, because it means that every vote is being counted, and that's what democracy is all about.
When are we getting presidential election results on Election Day, and what will the first results look like? Counties usually report their results in batches, so if the first votes reported are early votes, they tend to lean more Democratic. If a candidate is ahead all night in a state and then suddenly loses their lead, it's not because of election interference, it's because democracy is working and more ballots are being counted. Some of the electoral map is going to be filled out shortly after polls close in a given state because most states are reliably red or blue. The results in swing states are a different story. Nevada and Arizona are the swing states located farthest west, with polling closing in both states at 7 p.m. Mountain Time or 9 p.m. Eastern Time. While polls closing will cause a wait, the real delay will come from absentee ballots. When it comes to mail-in or absentee ballots, every state has different laws on when officials can start counting and processing those ballots. In the swing states of Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Michigan, mail-in ballot counting won't even start until 7 a.m. on Election Day, so there's a direct correlation between how long results will take and how many people voted absentee. The 2020 election saw historic mail-in voting across the country thanks to the pandemic, causing results to be delayed by days. But officials have had 4 years to make their adjustments and prepare for this election. So while there will be a wait, it's very unlikely it'll be as long as last time.
Ladies, y'all remember in school when we would play against boys at their own games and would beat them at their game? And in response to the boy's friends picking on him for losing to a girl, he would shove us or hit us or go off on us or stop being our friend because he was so embarrassed that he lost to a girl. So Kamala Harris is going to win. Yeah. And women, we need to be careful because the response to so many men watching a man lose to a girl on a stage as large as the presidential campaign race, we need to have a plan. We need to be careful. All of you women who are canceling out your dad's vote, your husband's vote, y'all need to be careful. Y'all need to be careful because IPV and DV rates go up after a football game loss. Super Bowl has an increased rate of DV violence after the loss of whoever loses on the Super Bowl. That's just football. We're talking about the leader of the free world. We need to be careful because violence is coming. Hell, January 6th happened in response to Trumpelstiltskin's losing to Joe Biden. A man, a white man at that. We need to start thinking ahead of what's to come because, let's be real, it's getting sticky. That's true. That really brought back memories because I remember back in school and probably there's a competition between the guys and the girls and the girls wins this competition. You see the guys getting angry and they're like, why should the girls win the competition? Anyway, maybe that's what is going to happen in this case. So you can see the various reactions people have to this very election. The election is going to be coming to an end tomorrow. And by the end of this week, we are going to know who the next president of the United States is going to be. As much as I do not have a particular candidate I am rooting for, the people are going to make their choice before the end of this week. And we know who is going to be the president. And also, I've seen quite a number of videos of black men saying they are not in support of Kamala Harris because why should a black woman rule them? So instead of that, they prefer voting for Trump. Not like Trump is the candidate they want, but just because the other candidate is a woman, they do not want to vote for that person. So another thing again about American election is that the way other countries take this American election, like a lot of other countries take this election more seriously than their own country's election, because a lot of people see America as that big brother. And when it is the period of election, these guys are so invested in wanting to know who the next president of the United States is going to be. So guys, all the best to all the candidates. The people's choice matters. Tomorrow the people makes their choice, and all I want is that whoever gets in there, do what you have to do to take the economy to the next level for good. So guys, thank you for sticking around with me today. I hope you enjoyed this one. Like the video, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye bye.